Hello, everyone. This is Eva with Stitching in the Interlake. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great day so far. Well, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, so I thought, well, I might as well do this because the way that my videos are going and uploading, it's taking all day. So I thought, well, I'll get this in the can early enough. So, okay, I am working on Victoria Wharf. And this is what it is. Yes, not a good picture. I know. I gotcha. I don't know why they do that, but yeah. So I've been working with this 150. And I am, let me see where I am. I did all along here. So I got that part done. So now I'm kind of working here a little bit. I'm going to turn this over so that I can, I'm just kind of going along here. Yeah. So I'm just going to kind of, I'm just working. That's where these, I don't know if you can see them, red X's are. So, oh, somebody blew a stinky bubble. Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, I see that Sydney has finally settled down. He was running around like crazy here this morning. I know why. I know why. It's Lilybell. Last night when I brought her in, she got into the cat food. And I know that the cat food doesn't agree with her, just like the cats can't eat Lilybell's food. It's, they're just two totally different mixtures. It goes down to the molecules or something like that. And, so, yeah. So she's blowing stinky bubbles. Oh, joy. Now, yesterday I watched Diamond Painting with Corey. She started this. So, shout out to her. Her name is Carol. And she's got a wonderful channel, so please go and check her out. And, yeah. So, she's working on a different color. And, this here. It's not so much in my hands. And she does different things. And now I know in her title it's Diamond Painting with Corey. So she does do diamond paintings. And that, but I think she's kind of going more into cross stitch now. Now, she doesn't post every day, though I think she's trying to. So go and check her out. She's a good channel to watch. So, but yeah, so today is Tuesday, the 21st of March. It is our first full day in spring. So that's wonderful. Oh, yesterday I was so tired that I had to lay down on the sofa for a while. I had a short nap. Well, it was about an hour that I laid there. And I kind of think I'm going to have the same thing today because I'm feeling it. I was up around 5. I'm still dealing with that dreaded time change. Have you all been doing that? Dealing with that? It's, I don't know. The older I get, the worse it is. And then I've been dealing with some migraine and pressure headaches and that. Like, I've got a bit of a pressure headache right now. So, yeah. I don't know why that is. To me it is. The pressure has to do with the amount of cerebral spinal fluid, or CSF, that that the brain is bathed in. And I read or I watched a medical report, and it was done by I think it was a neurologist who had done it. And he spoke about 3 factors with regard to CSF production. And one was fluid, so how much you drink, right? One had to do with chemicals in the brain, I believe he said. And I can't remember. I think the other one was enzymes or some such thing. I can't remember, but it was a triangle. Okay. And if one of those was out, that you had too much of one and not enough of another, and based on that, you would get these, it would be how much CSF that there would be. And it's a delicate balance of keeping all 3 of them going. That's why, like, I think if you don't drink enough and you become dehydrated, that's why you get headaches and things like that, right? So, yeah, it had something to do, like, with, I don't know if it was potassium or some kind of electrolyte in your body. That, I know there's, it was a bit above me. But I like to learn about things like that. I like to know things like that. And, our bodies are very, very, they're precise machines. And this morning I was watching Piers Morgan, and I think it was, whatever it is, Piers Morgan Uncensored or something like that. And he spoke to this gentleman whose name escapes me, But anyways, he's a biologist, and he's he's also an atheist, and he's written, I don't know, 17 books or something, and so Pierce was asking him all about various things, you know, and like he was asked about you know, how about the universe. And so Pierce asked him, he said, well, you don't believe in God? He said, no, I don't. And he said, okay, so then said, how did everything all start? And he was speaking about this organism that started it all. And so then so Pierce asked him, he said, so what came before? And he didn't know how to answer. And he kind of circumnavigated it and just kind of dodged the issue, sort of, on, you know, on what came before. And he would always go back to, well, we as scientists, we don't know. We cannot speculate. We don't know. So Pierce asked him, he said, well, you must have some kind of an idea about what came before. And, you know, like, and if you really think about it, what did come before? I know on Coast to Coast AM, it's brought up, you know, George Norrie would ask guests and say, well, you know, and of course, a lot of these people would believe in God. And so then George would ask, so, well, how did God come into being? Well, God always was, yeah, but there had to have been, you know, how can something arise from nothingness, right? There had to have been something before. It's like even in the Bible, God created Adam out of the dirt. Well, what was before the dirt? Well, there was the world. Well, what was before the world? And like your mind just kind of keeps going, you know. What came before? I know it's a question that will never be answered because, you know, like Pierce said, you know, how do you explain nothingness? Right? How do you explain you know, like we always like to say if there's a void, well, there's darkness, there's something, right? But what happened, what's nothingness? And it really, you know, you can go down a gopher hole with that. And it's incredible, like where your mind, well, you know, well, this goes to this, and then this goes to this, and this goes to this, and it's yeah, it really, you know, but this guy here that Pierce interviewed, I can't his name? He didn't believe that we have souls or spirits or anything. He just believed that. Then I have to wonder, like, why are we here? You know, that if you don't believe in God, if you're an atheist, right? Most people are not atheists. They believe they're atheists, but they're actually agnostic, where they don't believe in a deity, right? They believe in, say, humanity or whatever, right? But so they do have a belief system of some sort. Well, you ask them and they go, well, I don't believe in this. Well, that's a belief, right? It is. It is. It's a belief. So most people are agnostic. I would say 99.99999% are agnostic. I don't know, you know. So anyways, Pierce asked him, he said, well, you know, basically, so you know, what happens when you die? You know, well, you just, that's it. And that totally goes against what I believe. Because I believe that we all have a soul and a spirit. You know, because what else drives us, right? Well, I could say the same thing about this gentleman. Well, what drives your that you want to learn more? There has to be something there that puts that drive in you. And so he, you know, to me it is, okay, that I would rather believe that, you know, like he said, oh, well, when the brain cells die and, you know, that's it and all that. But what's the purpose of life then? Why even, you know, do anything, right? Why do anything? You know, and the thing is that having a soul and a spirit really tells you right from wrong, because if you didn't or you didn't believe it or you weren't in touch with it, then anything would go. Like what would stop you, right? What would stop you from stealing? What would stop you from murdering somebody? If you didn't believe that they had a soul and all that, then they might as well just be a piece of furniture, right? And yes, I know that there are some sadistic individuals out there who believe that that's true. But we have this innate sense of right and wrong, right? And that comes from somewhere. It's just like you know, what stops us from killing another human being and looking at them as food, right? Like, you know, you must hold certain things as sacred. And it's, yeah, so I mean, you can go right down a gopher hole with all of this. That's what I'm kind of getting to, is that it is very much a it's never ending, right? Because one thing will lead to another, leads to another, and so on and so forth. I just found it fascinating. That's all. I just found it really fascinating. And I like to listen to what other people have to say. I may not agree with them, but I do listen to them because it fascinates me on how some people, the way some people's minds work, right? And this guy there with Piers Morgan, he didn't say anything about, you know, you must believe this, and he would always say, well, I don't believe it. I can't believe it, which is fine, you know. Just, you may have that belief, but, yeah. Oh, the other thing that Piers Morgan, or somebody had mentioned yesterday, was this woke mentality that now they're demanding that the words mother, father, all that is removed. That they find it offensive. And get this. They want that mother to be replaced with the words egg producing individual. Okay. And they want father to be replaced with sperm producing individual. Like, honest to goodness, can you imagine if this was on your driver's license, that they didn't have female, yeah, those are the other ones, female and male, that they had egg producing individual. Can you imagine? Like, they're trying to depersonalize people, you know, and they're demanding this of the government, that people use these terms, and that if we do not agree with that, then we are, whatever it is, transphobic or whatever, right? And I think that's just absolutely, first of all, it's absolutely hilarious. You know, that they have the nerve and the gall to be able to dictate to the world and the tenets of the world that what has come down for centuries and millennium and, you know, for millions of years, hundreds of millions, billions of years, that they are trying to tell you that you are not a woman or a female. You are an egg-producing individual. Now, thinking about that, how does that make you feel? Really, just thinking about that. What are your feelings on that? You know, to me, that is a way of trying to strip away who I am as a woman, right? Like, why not call me a chicken? Why not call me a fish? Or whatever, right? Like, honest to goodness, like, they have become so full of themselves. And where I lay this at is at the foot of the governments around the world for allowing them to get away with this right from the get-go. Right? That, you know, the old saying, give them an inch, they'll want a mile, right? So give them a centimeter and they want a kilometer, right? And I'm always the thing, if what you do behind closed doors is up to you. As soon as you bring that out into the world and expect me to go along with your fantasies, you know, that there's no way. Love who you want to love as long as it hurts no one, right? And that you are two consenting adults, right? We're not talking here about pedophilia or necrophilia or whatever you want to do it, you know, or these furries, you know. Those are, yeah, those are antisocial, right? There's even a group of men. I'm not sure about women, but I remember Dr. Phil having on or Oprah or whatever it was, but these grown-ass men who would had this desire to be treated like babies. They wanted to be treated like babies. So they would wear diapers and bonnets and have a soother, and they would deliberately go in their diapers to have their significant other, whoever that is, to change them and powder them and, you know, and that kind of thing, right? And be fed and nope. 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 Like that's just, people like that used to be called crazy or insane or whatever, right? They used to, there was a psychiatric term for them. I don't know what it was. And it used to be a psychiatric issue, right? But now it is that it's the tail wagging the dog, right? And so I for me it is if you have two consenting adults, and you want to do that, whatever you do behind closed doors. But as soon as you bring it out into the public eye, then that sets you up for ridicule and chastisement and all that, right? So it's yeah. But yeah, so those are my thoughts for the day. Yeah, oh my gosh, the world's gone nuts. And I'm sure wherever you live, you see it as well. The world has gone absolutely bonkers. It's incredible how, a certain small minority, small, very small group of people are trying to force things down everybody else's throat. And it's like, I'm a Catholic, but I don't, if you want to be Pentecostal, if you want to be Seventh-day Adventist, if you want to be Mormon, if you want to be whatever it is, then be that. I'm not here to tell you that, you have to believe in the way that I see it. But yeah. So it's I'm okay with that. Or you're Muslim, or you're Hindu, or whatever. That's fine with me. But as soon as you say that you want to replace mother with egg-laying individual, I got real issues with that. I have real big issues with that. So, that's part of the fabric of society, right? So, Anyways, I'm hoping that this will upload faster than it has been. And remember to like, share, subscribe, comment. My Facebook page is Stitching in the Interlake. My email address is stitchingintheinterlake@gmail.com. Yesterday I did a video from One Day Saving. There's a bunch of stuff in the description box about how One Day Saving, they have a sale. They have a spring sale that goes until the end of April. So please go and check the information there out. It's some really good deals. So, and in the meantime, I'm just going to continue working here on Victoria Wharf. So I'm just going to, I don't know where I'm going to go from here. Oh, I got a few here to do. But, yeah. So, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be well. May God bless you this day and every day. God loves you. So do I. So does Lilybell in Sydney, and Jonah's up in the cat condo. And everybody's at peace. So, all right, everybody, have a fantastic day, and we'll see you here tomorrow. Thank you, Jesus, for being my Lord and Savior. Thank you for saving me from my sins. Thank you for being there in my darkest and deepest moments. Thank you for loving me like you do. Thank you for caring enough for me that you would see that my sins would be forgiven. And that's a prayer I pray for all of you as well. All right, have a fantastic day, everyone, and we'll see you here tomorrow, God willing, of course. Doodle-littles, everybody.